Hey everybody, it is Ruthie Rocks from beautiful Las Vegas. It's another day in paradise. I just want to reach out to the victims of September 11th families. And um, anyway, God bless America, because we're so blessed that that didn't get worse. And we are so sad for the fallen heroes that I don't know about you, but I experienced it back then. I was at the fitness center working out, and all of a sudden it came across the TV screen. And for days, it was a crippling experience to think that we could be under siege like that. Anyway, I have prayed to the families and just wanted to reach out and let everybody know, if you haven't had time yet to say a prayer for them, uh, please do. Please do. So, what is going on in Las Vegas? It is a different market in many parts of the country, but here our inventory is holding pretty steady. It hasn't changed that much. We've got about 1,124 homes in the medium price range, which happens to be 450,000. That hasn't changed. We've been maintaining that. And I think in this kind of a market, that speaks volumes, because the interest rates are higher, inventory is lower. You might think, prices would go down, but they haven't. So we'll see what's going to happen. And if you don't know, I think 1/7 of the world's wealth, okay, is whoops, my light went out, is the baby boomers. And the baby boomers, yes, the baby boomers have 1/7 of the world wealth. That's amazing. I'm a baby boomer. I guess I'm in there somewhere. Anyway, just keep that in mind as we go through this, because baby boomers in Las Vegas, as you know, they're quite a percentage of people here who are baby boomers, and many of them live in senior communities. And 7 out of 10 homes are free and clear. And I'm giving you all these facts just because we have so much gloom and doom out there by some of the naysayers, that I just want to fortify the fact that we are not going to crash. And I say that across the screen. Prices are not crashing. Home sales are less, and inventory is down a bit. Last year we had more inventory, but we're still selling 72 homes a day this September. And last September we were selling 78 homes a day. So if you think about that, that's not that much. It's only 180 homes this a month that we're not selling as much as we did last year. Now, I didn't have time this morning to do my research into the new home sales. I don't think they're down that much, because I think that builders, not I think, I know that builders are hooking the buyers, with reducing the interest rates and making it more appealing for them to buy now. And so we are not in any territory that I would call a dangerous. We have 61 days of inventory. That's 2 months of inventory. That's not bad. And we are, we're not that much different than last year. Last year, year to date, we had sold 27, let's say 28,000 homes. This year, 2023 year to date, we have sold 21,000 homes. That's not that much of a difference if you look at it. And the investors are down a little bit. They were up in the 30% range of the daily sales. Now they're down to 25% of the daily sales. And that's quite a difference. That's quite a difference. And, across the country, investors are holding back. Now, why would they do that? So I think that there's some questions about all these apartments that were shooting up here the past couple of years. And they are very expensive. 2,000, 3,000, between 2 and 3,000 for an apartment that's comparable to a home. So I think the investors are thinking that these apartments are going to reduce their prices and become competitors with the investors who are buying the condos and the townhomes and the high rises and the single family homes. And I think that that's, the markets, it's hard to predict the market because it's hard to predict the consumers. And it's hard to sometimes predict across the board. We have no control over our industry, between the interest rates and the builders and the apartments and so on and so forth. So it's an interesting time. And there's many interesting things to talk about. We could do a whole show on just investors and the apartments that are going on, but we're not going to do that. We're going to move forward here. We finally broke the 4 sales per day for the $1 million homes here in Las Vegas. So year to date, we have sold 982 homes, and that's 4 sales a day for the $1 million plus homes. And we have 704 available. Now that number has been fluctuating. In fact, I think it was up over 850 or 750, excuse me, not many, maybe the last 60 days. So we're selling them. Not as many people are putting them on the market. And I have to say, I think this time of year, that's pretty typical for the $1 million plus homes. And when I look back at the statistics, however, that means that possibly there'll be more sales per day because many reasons. I think the people that are going to list their homes are probably not up and above the $5 million mark or the $3 million mark. I think they're more in the $1 million to $3 million mark. So I think that that's why we're going to see an increase in the daily sales for $1 million plus homes. What else is going on here? We're just holding steady. Last year, the median price was $430,000. Now it's $450,000 with higher interest rates, but we're still selling homes. Anyway, and by the way, my daily sales do not include new homes. Those include gently used homes, resale homes. So that says to me that perhaps sellers are also contributing to buying down interest rates. I know that the agents I've talked to within the office, they are doing that. And why are they doing that? Just to repeat myself 100 times, because they bought their homes, 3, 4, 5 years ago, more, and they have a lot of equity. And so that equity is like chips in a casino. It's like, it's not real money. It's not in, it's intangible, so to speak, but you can use it to buy down the interest rate for your equity, to buy down the interest rate for someone who wants to buy your home. And then you play that forward when you go to buy a home. So lots of different avenues there. Let's see. I think that's enough of the stats of those stats. Let's see. I wanted to just show you this. Just verify my my stats here. I ran this morning, and sure enough, I think last week the median price home was $454,000, which is really, I think, the end of August, beginning of September. A lot of perhaps many more of the expensive homes tend to sell toward the end of the month. I don't know, but it kicked it up about 4,000, but now it's back to 450. 450,000 is the median sales price in Las Vegas today, and it has held steady. Yes, we started the year a little low, but then we started just going up a little bit every month. And so for the past 4 months, it's been around 450. 448, we'll count that as 450. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 months. It popped up there a little bit in July, but again, 1%, not going to be too worried about that. Anyway, so we're bumping along here. So I wanted to, I found this video, which I thought, Max AI me. I love ChatGPT. When I've added a lot of the extensions in the Google Chrome web store, if you will. And one of them was this maxai.me. And so I thought I would show you a little bit about what it does, so that if you're not taking advantage of Chat GPT and or the other AI tools, and they are daunting because they are changing and improving almost daily. there's something new that comes out. So let's watch this little, it's only 2 minutes. Now, that was a short video, but that was a lot of information on how you can utilize the artificial intelligence to take an article and create key points, improve your email message. You can use it to respond, make comments in your social media. Just so many things were in that little video, and I will put that in the group so that you can watch it or download it and watch it yourself in your own time or whatever you want to do with it. It's really pretty amazing, and it's going to get more amazing as time goes on, believe me. So let me just go. Let's see, we've been going 13 minutes. I am going to go and show you something that we got from Tom Ferry. Now, if you like what I do, please share it with your friends. Please like or give me a comment. Now, I'm a very busy gal, as you know, and I'm going from here to 2 or 3 meetings and then preparing for a class for this week. So I am probably not a good one to say that I constantly respond to comments. I know Gary Vee says you've got to just respond. I probably am better at responding than I am at going back. And I always talk about the 5 shares, the 5 likes, the 5 comments, and the 5 DMs. For thousands of communications per year. And I'm not necessarily that good at that. I'm good at researching and finding materials for you all, but I do have my own issues. Time is, of course, the biggest poverty is my time. So anyway, I would love to do more and to reach out to more people, but I hope that you are at least sharing my material with other people so that they can understand how important it is to be the knowledge broker, to know what's going on in the market, so that we can articulate our value. And that's going to become more and more important as time goes on. We had Jimmy and I hold a boot camp, and I think we've held two in the past couple weeks. Saturday we had one from 11 to 4. It was fantastic. We talked about listings. We talked about what's going on in the market. We talked about ideas, and I'm going to show you one of the things that we talked about for getting listings. And we also, Jimmy spent a great deal of time talking about how to articulate your value and how you can create a social connection with the people that want to buy a home. And maybe they don't want to buy it today, but they want to buy it in the future. And so you've got to create that connection. A social connection is one of the biggest factors when it comes to being successful. And that's not just like when somebody calls you and they say, "Oh, I just saw a house on 123 Main Street." Well, you don't just say, "Oh yeah, it's 320,000. You can move in 30 days. And have you been pre-qualified?" I mean, it's not building a relationship, and that's not creating a social connection. And so Jimmy has like all these questions that you should be asking people, and it's more about them, more about what's going on in their life. What kind of house do they live in? Do they have dogs? Do they have family? Do they need to be, would they like to be close to a school? Finding out about them. And then you be quiet. You ask the questions and then you let them talk. And don't interrupt them. Just let them talk. And then once they say something, think of, "Oh, and tell me more. Oh, tell me more. Well, how about that?" And so you continue to deep dive into what's going on in their life, because you're about to hopefully show them and sell them the biggest investment they'll ever make in their life. So you have to care about them. And the only way to care about people is to know about people. And so I digress a little bit. But anyway, Jimmy's such a good purveyor of information. We have the boot camp, and we also have office meetings. We've upped our game, so we have 2 a month now, and I have this show, and Jimmy and I are out there teaching. It's all about you when it comes to us. It's all about you. It's all about helping you. So if you can pass things on to help other people, I think that would speak volumes of your graciousness and your lack of fear of having a competitor. And one of the things that I can tell you that I've learned over the years, I have 3 social media mentors, is that you are the brand. People, somebody said in the class, "Well, I want to do this so that it focuses on everybody." Well, you can't. If you do it for everybody, you do it for no one. You've got to pick your niche. And there's so many niches. And some people aren't going to like you, but that's okay. There'll be other people that do, and that's great. And those are the people that you want to work with anyway. If you try to please everybody, you please no one. And you have to get that really through your head. And that's a segue to what I'm going to talk about here. And let's hide that little baby. It doesn't automatically put me in the corner. Anyway, so there's a gal in Queens, and so she has dubbed herself the Queen of Queens. Queens, New York, yes, which is a very competitive market. That's where Sirhan is from. And he's built himself a brand, and now he's actually gotten into selling his secrets and going down a different direction. Anyway, which we see people do that all the time in real estate. You get to a certain point, you've done enough deals, you have enough money or whatever, you're comfortable, and then you start sharing. And a lot of people, they want paid for what they share. So here we go. So she's the Queen of Queens. Like I said, New York is a very competitive market, and she has this free marketing guide that she gives out to people. And you can, let me back up here. You can look her up. She's at maureenfallen.com. So that's her website. And then from there, you can go to all her different social media platforms. Anyway, let me continue. Running out of time here. So here's what we're going to talk about a little bit. This is how she markets, and what is she marketing for? Let's answer that question first. So she's marketing for listings. And so she's decided to do seller seminars. Yes, seller seminars. And so she runs a top real estate team in Queens, and she's done 3 billion in sales. She's got a proven track record. And of course, that lends credibility to her. And she, I always laugh because she never started out like this, right? This wasn't here when she started doing these years ago. So you have to say, oh, I don't have that. Well, no, you don't have it yet, but you will have it if you follow some of her ideas for doing these seminars. So the seminar is an event for real estate professionals to attract more home sellers. Real estate professionals can elevate their business and achieve greater success in the competitive market landscape. And you address the pain points of the sellers. They have pain points. And then you build the trust and credibility. When you host these seminars, it allows you to position yourself as an industry expert. And there's so many stats. Like I just told you, 1/7 of the world wealth is baby boomers. So if you're giving these seminars to baby boomers, which I would highly recommend because they have the most money to spend, they probably are a majority of those people who own their homes free and clear. So I would think about who you're targeting, not just who you want to target, but what makes financial sense, what makes an educated a guess, if you will, educated guess on who to market to. It's not quite a guess, but you want to educate yourself so that you make the right decision, educated decision. So effective marketing strategy. So an effective marketing strategy to attract potential home sellers. So she does many types of marketing, and she is going to share them with you. So one of the things that she does is she does an Eventbrite page. And she says, thinking of selling in this shifting market. Well, now you've hit one of their pain points or one of their questions. And so you know that they have pain points. They have questions, and it is a shifting market. So we're all of a sudden, you're immediately within one sentence setting yourself as the person who knows what's going on. And she's saying free home selling simplified seminar. And so, and it's free. It's free. She gives the different times. And that is what she puts on Eventbrite. And then she also has a ticket registration. And here's where she gets people's information. That's the key, right? Knowing the information of people who might be interested, even if they don't come. At least you know that they were interested, and you build your database based on that. Here's the people that answered and came. Here's the people that answered and didn't come. And then you do maybe a different type of marketing to those people that didn't come. Next on her list is a QR code. So she creates a QR code that lets people register. Remodeling options, what buyers look for, seller closing costs, market conditions and trends, creating your own custom timeline, and lunch will be provided and seating is limited. And then you zoom right there to also sign up. So that's easy peasy for people. And QR codes have been around for a long time, but it's how you use them that makes the difference. Postcards. So she sends out the postcards, and there's her QR code that makes it easy for people to sign up. And she's kind of giving herself some of her own stats, which, you can say over 150 homes sold in this past year. You can be talking about your brokerage. You don't necessarily, because you're not really qualifying that. So you can, if you're talking about your brokerage, I think that's okay. I wouldn't go too far outside of that box, but I think your brokerage is okay to talk about the number of homes that you and your associates in your company have sold. However you want to frame it, but I don't think that that's going outside the bounds. So free seminar for the shifting market, best time to sell, best updates to yield return, ways to succeed in this changing market, selling as is versus a fixer-upper, where the market is headed in the next 6 to 12 months. Now, you have to do your homework on that one, depending on where you are. But we pretty much can look at history, look at what's coming on, the Sphere, the Formula One, the people continue to come here. I mean, for goodness sakes, the Super Bowl, we're going to have lots of people coming here. So I would say our market's going to look pretty good, because when people come here, they tend to go outside the strip now to see what is it about Las Vegas? Why do so many people move here? And they see the climate, they see the newness of our city. And I think that's one thing that really attracts many people who move here, is how new this city is. If you go to the East Coast, oh my gosh, there's garbage along the highways. That, there's dust and dirt, and it just doesn't have that clean, crisp look like Las Vegas does. And California, of course, has its issues as well, with homeless people, and the weather's beautiful. I mean, people will put up with a lot. The people that stay in California are staying there because they love the weather, they love the ocean, they love so many things about it. But then the people that are moving here, a lot of those people are tired of paying the high taxes and so on and so forth. So 35% of the people that move here are from there. So that says volumes. Okay, and then she does flyers. And again, she gives the times, and you can tell the same theme. She's got a theme and different, but she tries different things. And I like that, because different flyers, even a flyer might appeal to me, but it won't appeal to you. But then you'll see the second flyer and it will appeal to you. And so I like doing things in different styles. And then she does reels. So you can actually go here and listen to some of her reels and listen to what she says. And, Tom Ferry teaches us that it's okay to copy somebody else. Not exactly, but at least you get some level of comfort in what you should be saying. And then you say it in your own words. So that kind of gives you a framework, if you will, so that you don't feel like you're out there all by yourself. Yes, her reels are really good too. And then YouTube, she does it on YouTube. And I don't know if she does YouTube Shorts. I have to look. But she's out there, and now you can advertise on YouTube it's not that expensive. You can do $5 a day, and that's $150 a month. That's not that much. And the more appealing your YouTube advertising is, and the more people that start watching it. And you need to make it interesting, because of course the algorithm kicks in, that they'll show more of you if you're more interesting and people are playing through to the end of whatever you have to say. And so when you do something like this, the free seminar, the home selling, you want to hold the information. You probably already know this, but I'll say it anyway, for maybe we have some newbies. You want to hold information that they need to go to this seminar till the end. That way they will watch it through, because they need that information. You may say, I'm going to have a promo code for you at the end, so hang on. You can tell them in the beginning, at the end of this minute, I will tell you exactly how you can get to my seminar free. Something like that. I'm making it up as I go, but you know what I'm saying, I hope. hope. Okay, and then she does email. Email is really a great way to market. And of course, we will do a whole class on emails, because they are very effective if you do them the right way, and if you have a clean list, and if you use the right platform. So we just say generically that emails work, but there's something to making them work as well. But she does that. And then here she is. Now she has a small room, and there's a lot of reasons for, maybe having, like, our training center isn't that big. Okay, that would be a great place for you to book and have these seller seminars. Are you ready to implement this? And so now she's going to give you a checklist, and you can see that. And I was saying the other day on Saturday when we were talking about this, that, oh dear, I'm running out of time again. I will make this quick. But anyway, what I was saying is, these people come, and then you say, now next week or in 2 weeks, we're going to talk about, and then you have another topic. You may have, I would say I would have 12 different topics to talk about and show them examples about, so that you have 12 weeks of seminars. And so one hooks the other one. And then somebody might say, oh, you have to come with me next time, because she's going to talk about this. And then these people start talking to each other. They have friends, they have other people that are going to be interested in the same information. So they're going to come as well. And all of a sudden, there's some camaraderie that's going on. People are really feeling comfortable with you, feeling comfortable with each other. And of course, you're going to feed them. And here's your checklist. You have your Eventbrite, you have your QR code, you have your digital and your printout flyers, your direct mail postcards, your YouTube videos and reels, and email blasts. So that's your marketing checklist. And then she says, let's connect. And her phone number's there. So if you're interested in doing this, I would go to every platform. I would see how she does things. I would start writing down my questions. I would email her, and I would even text her and say, Maureen, I'm so interested in doing some of these seminars in Las Vegas, and I'm going to pick, McDonald Ranch. Should I do the whole McDonald Ranch, or maybe should I do just a few streets at a time? Because there's, like if you say, I'm going to do these streets, and that could be one of your hooks. If you live on one of these streets, please come, and we're going to talk about, the value of your home and how you should stage it, and how if one or two of you want to sell your home together, we can do open houses simultaneously. And anyway, there's so many reasons, and she can talk to you about that. I think that is it for her. Yes. So that's my, let's see, we've got the stats today for you to be the knowledge broker. You've got some AI tips for you today. And now you've got some seller seminar tips to be your own seminar person and get some things going. Pick something and just do it. And I'm very high on people getting listings right now because the DOJ's out there, and you're going to have to articulate your value with buyers. Even if you do listings, you still have to have a value proposition for the value you give to a buyer. And we have, the home buying process, and it's daunting. I mean, there's so many steps to the home, and they probably don't know that because there's companies out there that saying, here, all you need is a contract, and let me show you. And let me tell you, how to write the contract. There's companies out there that are going to be doing that. So you want to be out there branding yourself and telling people, if you want to buy a home, click here to get my home buying process steps. Click here to set up a consultation with me so we can talk about it. Anyway, lots of things that we can do, that we will do. Depending on what happens with the Department of Justice and their antitrust situation about why are sellers paying people who are competing with them, meaning buyers. So it's a whole conversation we had on Saturday at our boot camp too. And we had it at the instructor seminar that Jimmy and I went to on Thursday and Friday because it's a hot topic right now. But we will survive. We will persevere. I love you all. Again, please share my material. Please comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Join the group. It's real simple. All you do is you apply for it, and I just click a button, and there you are. Love you all. Thank you for listening. And I'm sorry I'm going over my time, but there's always so much to share. I love you. Have a wonderful day, and God bless America. And God bless all the families who had tragic endings regarding